no direction this episode, so we'll see how it goes. Intro.
Who's the leader of the pack? Bringing legacy to you. Legacy, it's true. Stand up, gear up, join the fight. We're as fierce as we can be. With grit and might, we claim the night. We're the legacy. Legacy Club. Legacy Club. Strong and unbreakable. Warriors with fire inside. In our hearts, we're invincible. Legacy Club. Charge ahead, we don't look back, our spirits bow ready. Through storm and strife we live.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, and welcome. Welcome back to the Legacy Club podcast. My name is Justin, a.k.a. the Portuguese Problem, a.k.a. the Menace of Madeira, a.k.a. the Azorian Nightmare. That's me. This is going to be for the visual folks only, for the video audience. Is this a left-handed mug? Because I'm right-handed, so I'm going to pick up the mug by the handle with my right hand, and that's all that's on that side. The real, to do is on the opposite side, where I would have to drink it left-handed, and that just feels so unnatural. For those of you not watching, it's an official Mouseketeer mug. And the way I would drink it, nobody would see the Mouseketeer side. They would just see a pair of Mickey ears. It's got to be a left-handed mug, right? Do you think did they intentionally design it this way? Because it's glass. It's not like an image printed. It's made this way. A left-handed person made that. That's what I'm deciding. Oh, yeah. I am hot off the heels of recording the lesser-known Disney character episode for the Araquan bird. One of my favorites. So, finishing that, it's not like the latest it's ever been. So I figured I'm going to go ahead and throw out a just freeform episode. I don't know what people like more. I don't know. I'm hopefully everybody likes everything, but if you're not necessarily a diehard Disney fan, maybe you don't have a lot of you don't really care about, lesser known Disney characters, but maybe you like to hear me rant, or maybe you don't. And if you don't, why are you here? Find that to be a reasonable question. So this thing of daily podcasts turned out to be much more difficult than anticipated because I don't necessarily do short episodes. I haven't gotten good at that yet. I rant and ramble and just talk and 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 have a hard time shutting up. So I also lose my train of thought. So just the way I was doing it with like back-to-back lesser-known Disney character episodes, it was very time-consuming trying to edit all that. And these episodes take a lot less editing. I just don't know if they're as well-received necessarily as the others. I don't know. What episodes like this are good for are, I guess, getting to know me better. If you are a subscriber or a viewer, a listener, maybe you want to, maybe more personalized episodes will give you a little more of an idea of, the person deep diving into all these things, the cartoon commentaries. I just do commentary on the cartoons, so you never really get a chance to, we don't get a chance to hang out. So this is for that. If that makes sense. I'm gonna modify the cartoon commentaries. I'm gonna add a portion where it's a little bit of a small deep dive into the cartoon with, a video element with the commentary. Maybe liven it up a little bit that way. And also, I'm going to dive into, I figured out that it would probably be really a lot easier because we have our family vlog channel, The Legacy of Leal, and that channel is supposed to, be little vlogs of our trips to Disney and daily life and stuff like that, specifically our trips to Disney. It would just make sense to edit those episodes together while simultaneously cutting footage for our POV channel, Legacy View, Leal Legacy View, and furthermore, also cutting together videos that I can do commentary for the rides. I like doing commentary. I like talking. So this is all meaningless maybe, but yeah, well, the way it's working out in my head is it's going to be a lot more streamlined in content creation, spanning multiple channels and topics and stuff like that. I did post a few more cartoon commentaries this week, so make sure you go check those out at leallegacy.com or on our YouTube if you don't feel like visiting our website, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to. But hey, it's up there on YouTube as well. Just make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as the new video goes up, because we're still fighting that algorithm battle. We're still fighting through the algorithm. What's been going on? It's been wild. Went back to jiu-jitsu, so firmly back into that. I guess I got to go more than once to really say firmly back into it, but I'm back into it, back into the flow. As soon as you get that, like, once you've been not doing something for a long time, especially like something like jiu-jitsu where it's like very physically demanding, if you fall off for a while, it is hard to get back into the swing of things. It is very, very difficult because you take some time off, you don't, I don't know if you necessarily like fall out of shape, but you definitely fall out of shape for jiu-jitsu. I can tell you that much. I threw up like maybe the first 5 minutes in the class. My coach, he used to, but he doesn't so much anymore do like, like warm-ups. It's kind of like, all right, bow in, circle up, let's do this, let's get to it. It's a fundamentals class. So we do warm-up drills more than like, independently. We drill with a partner and warm up that way. And in our first warm-up drill, it wasn't a hard thing necessarily we were doing. It was one person would body lock the other, and the defending player would try to find like their way out or reverse it or something, while the offensive player tried to hold on and prevent the person from turning into you. And I made it maybe through 2.5 rounds before I was like, oh, I'm going to puke. So I told my partner, I was like, hey man, you might want to go like jump in a trifecta with somebody else, like a couple other people, because I need a second. I went to the restroom, and I hadn't eaten anything earlier that day, so I didn't like throw up. There was nothing. There were no solids coming out of me, but it was a lot of gagging and a lot of saliva, and it was just very embarrassing. Luckily, I don't think anybody saw, but I told everyone. Man, it's just like it's that physical, just what is that? What triggers that? What triggers like that over exertion of physicality that makes you nauseous? I don't know, but it got me. But I went back, I cooled off, threw some cold water on my face, and went out there and got back on the mats and finished the class. And I made it through the whole class. Up until like the very, very end, when we were more or less just kind of like free rolling with each other. I was rotating in with like 2 other dudes, And one of the dudes is new. And you can tell he's new because he goes into every role as if it's like a competition or a straight up real fight. And, you know, as much as I respect that gumption and I respect that drive, bro, we are at practice. We are on the same team. We are doing this together. We're trying to learn. We're trying to hone our skills. Like, we're not actually trying to kill each other. And I told him that too. I called him out. I was like, man, you're kind of a wild boy out there. And he's like, I have no technique, so I have to go hard. And I was like, you don't really have to go hard. You know, not going hard is probably the best way to hone your technique, to you know, develop technique. Because when you're just out there like a Tasmanian devil, dude, you're not thinking or focusing on what the best. You're not approaching the fight strategically. You're not approaching the fight thinking about what moves will be most effective in submitting your partner. Like you're just going at them. So if you do jiu-jitsu, if you're new to jiu-jitsu, let me tell you, as a 2-stripe white belt, which truly is nothing glorious at all. I think once you get your second stripe, you're like at that point where you understand, oh, we slow down, learn what you're doing, sharpen what you're doing. Like you'll get the arm bar knowing how to get the arm bar. You're not going to get the arm bar like forcing it, I guess, if that makes sense. You want to get to the choke smoothly. You don't want to just muscle your way in, which I get is a way to do it. It's an effective way to do it if you're just looking to brutalize your opponent or your partner. But if you're trying to like learn the skill set and like really develop technique, slow down. We're all on the same team. We're all in the same gym. We're all in this together. No one's getting a medal today. No one's walking away with a belt. It's not what we're here for. We're here to learn together. And let me tell you, that's the best way to get hurt, is acting like a spaz. And when you act like a spaz, people don't want to roll with you. So then it makes it even harder to develop technique when nobody wants to practice with you because they're afraid of getting hurt. Like you come at me the wrong way, my knee's going to buckle. It's going to pop out, you know? I got like a bum hand too that I got to tape up every time, you know, I go to class. And I don't want to hurt my hand further. I don't want to like dislocate fingers for no reason. Like just because you came at me too hard. Like I don't want my elbow to pop out because when I was going down, I didn't brake fall properly and I tried to catch myself and there goes my elbow. I don't want any of that. I want to have fun. I want to get good at this. I want to exercise. Be conscientious. Be conscientious of your partners in any sort of combat sport. Like when you're boxing or like kickboxing or anything like that, you're not going in trying to like knock your partner's head off. You're honing your skill. Like, yeah, you're going to get hit. You're going to hit, but it's more of like a touch. It's like, oh, got me. No one's getting concussed. You know what I mean? Like no one's getting KO'd in practice, or you shouldn't be. If you are, then one of you came for a fight and the other came to practice. Or maybe you both came to fight. And if that's the case, then fight. You know what I mean? Work something out where you guys can go independently spar. In agreeance to where we're here to hurt each other. We're not here to just condition. So I don't know, man. You go hard, you become a hard fighter. I get that too, but at the same time, man, like the intention isn't to injure. In a fight, sure. In competition, sure. But not a practice, guys. Not a practice. So back in the gym, back at it. Coaching kids classes, assistanting coaching kids classes. And Baney Boy did real well. I was very actually pleasantly surprised because he had taken some time off as well through the holidays with me. And yeah, his first day back into it, he was sharper than I thought he would be, and he had a lot more endurance and energy than I've seen previously in class. Sometimes he's, kids, they're like, oh, it's hard, and they just lay there. It's like, yeah, it's hard, but get good at doing hard things. What else is happening in the world? I stirred up a little bit of I don't know, it wasn't controversy. On social media, I don't know. I don't have a filter necessarily. I guess I do, because in natural life, I swear quite a bit. I'm very much able to keep my swearing to a minimum on, podcasts and commentaries and stuff. But day-to-day life, I swear like a sailor. But okay, yeah, and then on social media, sometimes I like to just, I don't know, man. I like to poop talk. I like to stir the pot sometimes. And I don't know if it's not necessarily trolling, because I'm not targeting anyone specifically, but I do get sassy. And something I got sassy with recently on Instagram, I did it on X too, but it seemed to resonate with people more on Instagram, where I came across an interview, because I guess when this comes out, it'll already be February. In February, the next Captain America movie comes out. Captain America: Brave New World. And, okay, it used to be called Captain America: New World Order, which I thought was a cooler name, but maybe that's just me. So I don't know why they changed that. That was a step backwards, in my opinion. But does it matter? Who knows? Probably not. But there was an interview with Falcon, a.k.a. Sam Wilson, a.k.a. Anthony Mackie, the actor who plays Sam Wilson, who is the hero Falcon. He gave an interview where he was talking about, essentially what he was breaking down was taking the America out of Captain America. And that didn't sit well with me, because it was probably one of the more ridiculous things that could ever be said, especially for a character named Captain America. And let's see if we pull it up. I really want to touch in on exactly what he said. And then I'll say exactly what I said, and we'll see who was more out of line. So hold on. Stop talking, Mackie. All right, let's see. Oh, I see where I went wrong. Let's try that again. Let's try it again, folks. Here we go.
America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations. Like, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity. Someone who is trustworthy and dependable. It's...
Okay. And that's enough for me. Because, he literally said he wants the character to be less about America and be more about a man who is honest and trustworthy and dependable and blah, 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 blah. Okay. Well, That's like the American ideal, is it not? To strive to be those specific characteristics: honorable, dependable, have someone of a high character. Like, it was the exact opposite thing I think Captain America would say. Like, I don't feel like Steve Rogers would be out there going like, you know what, I really want to take the America out of my name. Because no, Captain America was a patriot who tried to embody the best ideals that the country was founded upon. Like, that was the goal. Does America fall short of those characteristics? Yeah, sure. Every country does. But you know why? Because pretty much every human does. There's no one person who is just like honorable through and through. And I mean, there are some out there, but when you're talking about the collective of humanity, that's like, honorable is not one of the things that is a blanketed human, characteristic. I lost my train of thought. I tried really hard to hold on to it, but that really bugged me. And it was just like, what? Even if you feel that way, like, you're trying to placate to who are you trying to impress by that, by the way? You're not trying to impress, or like, you're not speaking to the fans of the character Captain America. That's not even close. Like, Chris Evans truly captured and embodied what the character Captain America is supposed to be. Like, the scene that really is a staple through the MCU and the Captain America movies is before Steve Rogers got his super, soldier serum injection and became Captain America. He was like the sickly, scrawny little guy who so desperately wanted to do good and fight for his country and beat up the bad guys, but physically he just wasn't formidable enough to live out that dream. Well, when he signed on to do to be a candidate for the super soldier injection, when they let him into the army, and through basic training, he wasn't doing well. He was like the last person to complete every task, had the hardest time doing anything, up until a test of character came into play, where their, whoever commanding officer was, Tommy Lee Jones in the movie, took a grenade, and it was like a dud, apparently, but took a grenade. The guys didn't know this. Took a grenade, pulled a pin out, threw it into a group of dudes, and everyone ran away except for Steve Rogers, who took it upon himself to jump on the grenade. Not knowing it wasn't a live grenade, he still threw his body to sacrifice himself at the behest of everyone around him. And that's Captain America. That's exactly who the character is. And the character of Captain America is supposed to be what the country, what every citizen in the country should strive to be like. So to say, I want to take America out of the name because I want this character to be honorable and dependable and blah blah blah, then you're saying that that's not a capability of the country nor the citizens in it. And it's just like, that's like a disappointment to even Falcon. Like, you're not even a good Falcon now, Mackie. So I left a comment under that Instagram reel or whatever, and I said, "Shut up, Falcon, and give the shield to Bucky." And it seems like quite a few people agreed with me. And the shield should have gone to Bucky. The shield should have gone to Bucky. It's how it went down in the comics. What? Oh, Sam Wilson also got the Captain America mantle in the comics? Yeah, Sure, after Bucky did. He was still like the fourth in line to hold the mantle of Captain America. U.S. agent. Is that his name? U.S. agent? I think it is. Let's look it up real quick. U.S. agent. Yeah, U.S. agent. He also took up the mantle. John Walker, who they depicted in the Falcon and Winter Soldier series. Like, and honestly, in my humble opinion, John Walker is still a better Captain America than Sam Wilson. At least this iteration that we have. And even in the comics too. Like I don't understand for a second why it was just part of that whole era of comics that really put a sour taste in my mouth when they were just doing like they changed their target audience. They changed their target audience to people obsessed with inclusion and blah 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 blah. Like it was nonsensical to me because you're recycling characters who exist. You're not coming up with new ones. Like you want more inclusion in comics, cool. Make more characters. Make more characters. Don't change the ones that exist. The ones who exist are who they are. Like you want a different me? You can't replace me. You can't replace people in reality. You can't be like, oh, hey, Tommy over there would be much cooler if he was blah, blah, blah. Whatever minority, whatever, protected class, blah. Like, no, that's not Tommy. Tommy's that guy. Tommy's not those things. But you know what? Jimmy might be. Like, you want to turn... it's nonsensical. Nonsensical. And a bit. So when you think Captain America, you think super soldier, you think enhanced human abilities, you think super strength, you think the epitome and beyond of human capability. Falcon's not that. Falcon's just a dude with wings. Like Falcon's a character. Just because you paint him red, white, and blue doesn't make him any more Captain America, because guess what? His powers are still just Falcon. He's still just a dude with a wingsuit who now happens to carry Captain America's shield. You just redesigned, and you took the design of an existing character and used it to redesign another existing character. And all of that just screams lazy to me. It's just laziness. If you wanted to replace Captain America with a minority character, okay. Give us another super soldier who can take on the mantle. Give us somebody who fits the bill physically. Because that's what Captain America is. Captain America isn't Falcon. Captain America doesn't have bird wings. He doesn't fly around. He goes in, fists up, and that's how he beats the bad guy. He throws his shield. How on earth is Falcon going to throw the shield like Captain America? He's not, A, going to have the same strength behind it. B, he's not going to be able to ricochet it off anything because he doesn't have the strength to even throw it. You know what I mean? If you wanted Sam Wilson to be Captain America, then take his wings off, put him in a chamber, juice him up with some super soldier steroids, and then make him Captain America. But don't just repaint the character Sam Wilson already is and say, now it's Captain America. Because that's not how it goes. And he's supposed to be fighting a Hulk. He's fighting a Hulk in the new movie. Homie doesn't have any superpowers. That shield is not going to absorb the entire impact of a Hulk fist. A Hulk fist is still going to smash a normal human despite having a vibranium shield or not. Like, it's ludicrous. It's insanity. Bucky, he's a super soldier. He got juiced up by the Russians. He has a metal arm. Like, he was Captain America's best friend. Like, if someone's going to have the mantle passed to them, it should be Bucky, and that's why they did it first in the comics. They gave it to Bucky, not Falcon. Just why not stick to the source material? It was good on the page, so ideally it will be good on the screen if you just stick to it. Nobody's asking for a change. I'm asking to see what I read. I want to see what I read moving in live action. That's what I want, because the story was already good. How things progressed was already cool. Like, this was the wrong move. It was the wrong move making Falcon Captain America. Keep Falcon. Falcon's a cool character. You know, Falcon's just fine. Falcon is Hawkeye who can fly. He doesn't have the same aim as Hawkeye, you know what I mean? But he's just a dude. He's not a genetically enhanced anything. He's just a guy who happens to have wings, just like Hawkeye is just a guy who happens to have a bow and arrow. He happens to be phenomenally skilled with said bow and arrow, but one can argue that Sam Wilson is phenomenally skilled with his robo wings. Like, he's gonna get smashed. He would one punch from the Hulk. He's gone. The shield's going to absorb some of the impact, but it's not going to absorb the being pushed back. Like, there's still an element of physics here. You know what I mean? Like, we saw Captain America get his shield hit and still, like, fly backwards. And you're meaning to tell me that Captain America, when that happens to him, when he, a super soldier enhanced human, takes a shot to the shield and still is pushed backwards, somebody who's not genetically super soldier enhanced, when he blocks something with the shield, he's not going to go backward. Like, he wouldn't even just go as far back as Steve Rogers did. He would go back another 100 feet, if that, if not more. So Anthony Mackie really put a sour taste in my mouth for Falcon. And then people started commenting. A lot of people were like, yeah, like a lot of agreeants. But then there's some people who were just like, why Bucky? Why him? He was an assassin for the Russians. Why would he be, why would the mantle go to him? And it's like, well, because that completes Bucky's arc, his redemption arc. Bucky fell seemingly to his death, was collected by the Russians, genetically modified into the Winter Soldier against his will, brainwashed, overcame the brainwashing, became a hero again. Sure, he has the dark past of when he was under the control of the Russians, but the fact that he was able to overcome the brainwashing and like that strength of will screams Captain America to me. And then all the good he did alongside Captain America and the Avengers fighting Thanos, saving reality. Like, I mean, like, he's clearly a good guy. And then for Captain America to retire and then pass the mantle to Bucky, that is the culmination of his redemption arc. The fall, the capture, the overcoming, and the final was the phrase, the pin in his cap, his final form after overcoming the brainwashing and everything is the ultimate good Captain America. He went from being used as an ultimate bad to overcoming just by sheer will to a path to be the ultimate good. Sorry, that makes a lot more sense than Captain America's running partner. On your left. On your left. That was such a staple of their dynamic that they put that in Endgame. That's how they met. Captain America was running laps around Sam Wilson, and he kept saying, on your left, on your left, on your left. And then after, Falcon comes back from being snapped away, hey, Cap, on your left. Like, Falcon's a sidekick, guys. You could argue Bucky's a sidekick, but you know what? So often the mantle is passed down to the sidekick. Who's the better sidekick? Who's the more Captain America-esque sidekick? Let's just talk physicality. Bucky, super soldier. Boom, already there. Give him the shield. Now Bucky has a shield and a metal arm. Like, arguably, physically, that's a step up from Captain America or Steve Rogers. What's Sam Wilson's step up from Steve Rogers? I'll answer that for you. Nothing at all. I thought it was lame in the comics when they made Falcon Captain America, and I think it's even more lame they're doing it in the movies, skipping over the sequence of events, the passing of the torch. They just jumped Bucky. Even John Walker got his day in the sun holding the mantle as Captain America, but nope, not MCU Bucky. Not Cap's best friend. And then one person, of course there's going to be that person. That person was like, oh, well, that's racist. No, stupid. It's not racist. I'm strictly basing this poor idea upon physicality. Doesn't matter what his race is. If you're not a super soldier, you're not Captain America. You're a different character. Is what it is, guys. Is what it is. If you want an African American Captain America, cool. But put him in the super soldier serum chamber. Make him a super soldier. Make him have the same skill set and abilities as the predecessor who held that same mantle. Don't take an existing character, paint them red, white, and blue, and say, this is Captain now. No, it's the same character. He's still got the wings. He's still Falcon. He just has a different color scheme. So anyway, I digress. It got to me, guys. It got to me. And it just, I don't know. I was kind of shocked how many people agreed with my assessment of shut up Falcon and give the shield to Bucky. And Anthony Mackie, God, man, what is with these Disney stars or, I don't know, Disney actors, just saying all the wrong things? Because it seems like it's happening more frequently than not. I don't even know if that stupid live action Snow White movie is going to come out because the actress cast as Snow White has run her mouth belittling the character she was casted to play, belittling the movie that they're making a live action adaptation of. It's how much smack can you talk? Without that original, you wouldn't be cast in this current one, right? But then again, I think she's also Hispanic, so if you say anything that makes sense like that, you're also a racist. Which, let's be real, her name is what? Snow what? Because the description of how she looks as a German princess is her skin is white as snow. That is how she got her name. Why are you going to play with the aesthetics of the character that her name is based upon? What? That goes beyond inclusion to just what are you doing? What are you thinking? the name of this character makes no sense anymore because you wanted to be inclusive. Make another character. Cast the same actress as a character more fitting to the aesthetics of both the character and the actor portraying the character. How is that hard? How is that a confusing thing for people? There needs to be representation. Then make representation. Make things. Don't take things that exist and change them up and say, now there's represent. No, dude, you're just bastardizing something that exists for the sake of playing holier than thou. And that just is annoying. Like when they made Ariel, they cast what's her name as Ariel, and everyone was like really, really up in arms or something about having a black mermaid or a black Ariel. It's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Because the Ariel I grew up with was a redheaded teenager in like Denmark or wherever that originated from. Where did the Little Mermaid originate from? Let's see. Where did the Little Mermaid originate? Let's see. Denmark. I was right. Denmark. Yeah. Not a lot of folks who look like the live action Ariel walking around Denmark. I mean, that's like the same as casting that same actress as Mulan. You know, doesn't work. It's not the character. And then people are like, mermaids are fake anyway. What do you care? It's like, it's not the fact that they're fake. It's the fact that this is an established story with an established character from an established place in the world. It's Denmark's tradition. So why are you taking something that originated in this culture and trying to morph it so it fits this culture? That's recycling. That's lazy. Make something new. Or take something from this culture and adapt that into something, into a new character, into a new princess, into a new film. Why is this so complicated? Stop taking things that exist and trying to change them to satisfy people who were not fans in the first place. Because you're taking the people who were the fans in the first place that made the characters as popular as they are, and you're kind of spitting in their face. You know that character you love so much that you bought all the merchandise for, and you bought all the movies, and you went and did this and that and that, and you bought all the comics. Yeah, that character is not that character. They're this character now. This person is that character now. It's not the same character. It's not the same person. It's pretty baseline stuff, folks. Stop being lazy. It makes me mad to think how much money these folks make to just recycle content that they never had to produce on their own. They never thought of on their own. They're just like, let's go through the catalog and let's take something that's already like what could we take that's already been done and just change it to pretend it's something new. And then, because I have young children, and they have like a kids cartoon about the live action Ariel, which they took a cartoon Ariel, made her live action, then took the live action Ariel and made that Ariel into a cartoon for Disney Junior or whatever. And the translation from the live action movie to that cartoon is all mixed up as well. Because apparently in that cartoon, Ursula is no longer a wicked sea witch. She's Ariel's aunt. Just Auntie Ursula. Like, you straight up took your bad guy away. What? Like, so kids are going to watch this cartoon, like when they're super young, watch the movie after the fact, and if they watch the live action movie, they're like, wait a minute, why does Ursula A look different? Because it was like Amy Schumer or somebody. Was it her? Or I don't know her name. Who played Live action Little Mermaid. Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, Amy Schumer. They're the same person. Melissa McCarthy was Ursula. Well, in the cartoon, Ursula doesn't look like the cartoon based on the live action. That Ursula doesn't look like the Ursula from the live action. So that's going to be confusing when the kids transcend the cartoon to the movie. And then Javier Bardem is Ariel's dad, is Halle Bailey's dad. There seems to be an inconsistency. If you're going to change the characters, why don't you have them all change? Laziness. That's just all it is. It's all people void of talent, just doing what they can to pretend like they belong where they are. So, hey, if you worked on those movies, my opinion of you is not very high. Anyhow, I'm going to get called bad names for this. I can already tell. But what am I saying? I'm not saying anything degrading towards anyone, really. I'm bashing the illusion of creative talent. I'm not bashing any culture or ethnicity or any nonsense like that. Oh, it's so dumb. It's so dumb, and I'm so happy that I think we're like just rising above all that idiocracy. Because again, you're 39, Justin. What do you care about all these things? Because it's what I grew up with. It's what I grew up with. These things are established. They have existed for decades the way they were. And now all of a sudden you have a bunch of uncreative individuals in positions that they don't deserve just messing with history. You lack the skill that Stan Lee had. So instead of creating new, you're just revising what existed. And that doesn't take talent. That doesn't take creativity. That just takes, I don't know. I don't know what it takes. I mean, anybody can look at, I can look at that lamp over there and be like, you know what? If we put the light part at the bottom and it just kind of like lit up on the floor, that's something entirely different. It's not a lamp anymore. It's like, no, it's still a lamp. It's just a worse lamp. I guess it's still Captain America, but it's a worse Captain America. But it's not Captain America because he still dresses like Falcon and has all the Falcon gadgets and not a super soldier. It's still Falcon. Oh, and Anthony Mackie, just shut up. Just shut up and be like, man, I am grateful to have landed in a position to where I get to be part of history and such an iconic legacy and just be a part of something that's going to stand the test of time. And, you know, it's an honor in itself to be able to portray a character named Captain America. Don't sit there and go, you know, I don't want America to be an identifying part of this character. I want this character to be someone who is honorable because America's not honorable. I want it to be someone dependable because America's not dependable. I want it to be like, shut up. Instead of saying like all those outstanding characteristics of what a solid human being would be, why can't you be like, the idea is for all Americans to strive to be that kind of person? Not America isn't that kind of person, so we should take it out of the name. What are you going to, Captain Falcon? I mean, that's essentially, that's just what it is. You know, I'd be less offended if they called him Captain Falcon. I would be far less offended. You know what? He's right. He doesn't deserve the true title, the true mantle of Captain America. He's Captain Falcon. And I still stand by it. Shut up and give the shield to Bucky. Oh, man. The backlash, I can already taste it. Anyway, that went on much longer than I thought it should have gone on. Hey, the clips might be cool. Anyhow, hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you did. If you want to talk some trash, you can find me all over social media, all your favorite social media platforms at Leal Legacy. You can go to YouTube. Please go to YouTube, watch, subscribe, hit the notification bell, smash the like button. Definitely hit the notification bell to be notified anytime a video of ours goes live. Still fighting that algorithm battle. So, every little bit helps. Every little comment, good or bad, every little rating, good or bad, it all helps. It all helps boost us in the algorithm. If you really hate me, then just don't do anything at all. But if you feel so inclined to leave a negative review, understand that is still just helping us in the algorithm. So if that's your course of action, then, thanks, I guess. Visit leallegacy.com and scope out all the killer content we have available for you, including a whole bunch of cartoon commentaries. We got some Disney feature film commentaries, and then we got the commentaries are me talking right over the content itself. Watch-alongs, we got a bunch of watch-alongs on there where you sync the audio with the movie and you just hear me in your headphones or whatever talk while watching the movie. I have fun doing it. Might not be everybody's cup of tea, but check out all of our lesser known character podcasts or retrospectives, our lesser known Disney characters. I just did one for the Araquan bird, so that one's real fun. I think this episode will probably come out before that one does, because those retrospectives take a lot more editing to do. Subscribe to our other channels, our Legacy of Leal family vlog channel and our Leal Legacy View channel, because I'm going to have a lot going up there from our recent trip to Epcot. And with that, I'm going to do some retrospectives on like Epcot rides, do some commentaries through the Epcot rides. Like we're riding together and I just won't stop talking on the ride. That's what that's going to be like. If you really want to show some support, oh my god, Nova's barking. If you really want to show some support, go and check out, click our little shop tab and visit our web store. Or if you want to skip leallegacy.com altogether, I don't know why you would, but if you want to, you can just go to legacyclubclo.com. The Clo stands for clothing, and pick yourself up some sweet threads, bro. We've got a whole slew of Disney inspired designs. We got a whole slew of just like our own Leal Legacy iconography, like this little guy, Lucky Leal, that's his name. Among other things. So we sponsor ourselves. We are brought to you by ourselves. We have no other advertisers or sponsors or anything like that. So to help us keep us doing what we're doing, picking yourself up something nice at legacyclubclo.com is the best way to do it. And if you don't feel like dropping any bucks, then, like I said, subscribe, review, do all those things. With all that being said, thanks again. And I appreciate you being a friend and telling a friend. See ya.